All rise. The courtroom falls silent. A man stands accused of murder, but claims he's been framed. Tonight, we step inside the trial that's shaken Texas, and a witness who swears he's telling the truth.
And Mr. Johnson, you've heard the instructions that I've given everybody else, and I've already sworn you in to tell the truth. Make sure you speak loudly and clearly so everyone can hear you. If it's a yes or no question, say yes or no, and not just a head nod or an uh-huh, so the court reporter can take everything down. Also, it's real important that you don't talk over either of the attorneys when they're questioning you. Make sure that you let them finish asking the question, and then you can answer just whatever the question is that they asked, and then we'll keep going that way, okay? All right, and you're being quiet already, so you need to speak up.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Mr. Johnson. State your name for the record, please. All right, how old are you?
I'm 37 years old.
And do you live here in Beaumont, Texas?
Yes, sir.
Where?
On 1868 River Press.
And
I'm
who-
Magnolia.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Who else resides there?
My elderly mother and my little brother that's got a problem.
All right. And just as a matter of formality, you understand that you don't have to testify here today, correct?
Yes, sir.
But you have asked for the opportunity to address the jury about these allegations.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you said you're 37. Tell me just briefly a little bit about your history. Have you lived in Beaumont all your life?
Yes, sir. I've lived in Beaumont all my life. When I was born in Houston, but
Objection, non-responsive. Call for yes or no. Have you been in Beaumont all your life? Yes or no?
So just be careful. If it's a yes or no question, just say yes or no, and then Mr. Wilkerson will have an opportunity to follow up with more questions, okay? And I know that's not a big one, but we just want to get in the habit for the rest of it so that it's yes or no the whole time, if it's a yes or no question.
yes, I've been born. I've been raised in Beaumont.
Thank you.
All right. And you said your mother's elderly. How old is she?
She's 74.
And do you have any siblings?
I do. It's 10 of us.
10 kids?
10, yes, sir. My mother's kids.
Okay. Is your dad in your life?
Yes, sir.
And has he been in your life for all
Objection, relevance to this particular offense.
Overruled. I'll let him lay a little bit of foundation. Go ahead.
Has he been in your life for the entirety of it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So before we get into the night of the 13th, the morning of the 14th, I think it's important to go ahead and address, in the last 10 years, do you have any convictions?
Yes, sir.
For what?
I've been mostly convicted for drugs and evading arrest. And I have a 10-year-old robbery that happened at a store.
You said a 10-year-old robbery that happened at a store. Does that involve a weapon?
No, sir. It actually involves Pampers. I go to this store.
Objection, non-responsive. Yes or no.
Sustained.
Was there a weapon used?
No, sir.
And what store was that?
Crystals, I think, on Concord.
Here in Beaumont.
Yes, sir.
What were the circumstances surrounding that?
Objection, relevance to this particular offense.
Judge, the witness's history for the last 10 years is in evidence, the state's going to use it to impeach him. I should have an opportunity to address the allegations.
Judge, this is tantamount to punishment. If he wants to recall or redirect his client after I open the door about those particular offenses he has called, that's his prerogative.
I think I'm going to overrule the objection. One or two more max questions on this, and then let's get to what's relevant to this offense, please.
All right, so what do those allegations involve?
Mostly I went into a store I go to every morning, and I bought coffee. I buy coffee, get coffee there every morning. I put it on the counter, and then I went to go grab some Pampers for my sister's baby, and I got a call on the phone, and in the midst of not thinking, I grabbed it. She asked me something and was kind of rushing me out, so I grabbed the Pampers, put them here while I was talking, going to grab the coffee. Forgot that I had the Pampers I didn't pay for. I grabbed the coffee and was leaving out, and a woman kind of pushed my hand down, and me, just my natural reaction, pushed her back. And when I pushed her back, she came at me with some kind of jet li kick, and she kicked me, and I was thinking, oh my God, why did I even touch that woman? But I'm actually
All right,
trying to figure out.
go ahead, ask another question.
So on the night of September 13th, where were you that evening?
I was September 13th,
2024.
2024, on the night of September 13th. I want to say I was on McFadden Street.
Who were you with that evening?
I was with friends. I was with a friend's mom. I go visit every now and again.
Which friends?
Her name is Janice. Her son name is Daryl.
All right. And what time are you talking about you were there that evening?
It's the 13th right night.
Yes.
I'm not going to say. I mean, if I give a wild guess, I would say it's probably about 10:30, maybe 11.
Okay. And when you left there, where did you go?
Justin Berry came and got me because he told me it was almost my birthday, so he came and picked me up.
And where did the two of you go?
We went to his apartments.
And where's his apartment?
I want to say on Major. I want to say off of Major. Gladys, I'm not really sure.
Do you remember the name of the complex?
No, sir.
And how long were you with Justin?
I was with Justin Berry for about maybe an hour, maybe.
And so, what time is it when the two of you leave his apartment?
I would be taking a shot in the dark, but I would say about 12, maybe.
And
12, maybe 30.
where'd you go from there?
We went to the south end, or the avenues. Well, not particularly the avenues, I don't know. Emile Street, I want to say it was.
Where specifically though?
I'm not sure what the house is. That was his friend.
How long were y'all there?
He's 15 minutes. Yeah.
And where'd you go afterward?
Afterwards, he dropped me towards Avenue D.
Where specifically?
Maybe a couple of blocks away. I had to walk. I had to actually walk across to go to that store. I had to actually walk across, so he dropped me a couple of blocks away and then went on his way.
And so when he dropped you off, you went to Amigos?
I went to meet a friend, yes sir,
What friend?
Ethan Smith.
How do you know Ethan?
I've known Ethan because I know his father, who has at least 40 kids, and there's a lot of them, so I met him through one of his sisters.
All right, and how long were you at Amigos that night?
He goes, not very long at that store, not very long.
All right,
After 10 years of running from his past, he faces the one charge that could end his life. In a Texas courtroom, Romeo Johnson breaks his silence, and what he says next changes everything.
To go to a gambling shack, and well, we got around there, and Brandon, me not paying attention, I was half asleep, and me not paying attention, he didn't hit a turn and went inside. He done went down the street, this Kinfolk Street or whatever it was. I said it was Ives, but it could have, it's but the next street. I want to say it was Ives. When I look back, it looked familiar as Ives. But he said he was going towards his Kinfolk spot, so he pulled in there and he got, well.
all right. So, where is his? Who are the people he went to see?
He say his cousin, but everybody in the house, I guess, I don't even know who his cousins is, but everybody, Antonio Evelyn is, I think his brother, he said it was, but I learned this later on. And then he never went in there because all the lights was off. All he did was get out his car and then went to his trunk and started fidgeting, not fidgeting, but fixing something because he said his car was messed up.
About what time is this?
See, I couldn't put a time stamp on it, but I'm gonna take a while. I guess it's at least it's 1 something.
And so, when you leave there, where do you go?
When we leave there, we actually go to Primrose. We go to Primrose, and I asked him, did he want to shoot? Well, he said, no, man, I'm chilling. We could just ride around. I said, cool. He asked, did I know Big John? I told him, yes, I know him. So he bags up and pulls into Big John's driveway, and that's the part where we get out. I blundered on the other one, and I'm so sorry, because if I wouldn't have blundered in that interview, I apologize for that. But that's where we got out of the car, and he was speaking to whoever that was. He didn't want to go actually to the gambling shack to go shoot, but that is the gambling shack. And he got out, and he was speaking to whoever he was, and I was just listening to music. And
All right, who's Big John?
Big John is a friend. He's a friend of a friend.
What street was that on?
On Primrose.
And about what time is this?
Now this is about, if we left there at 1 something, I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say close to 2 something, it's 2 something.
All right. And so, where do you go when you leave there?
When we leave there, we leave and go, he drops me to the Heritage.
All right. And at the Heritage, were you staying there, or why did you go there?
Actually, I was, but I had a call earlier about someone I was dealing with there.
Objection, yes or no question, Judge. Were you staying Were you staying at the Heritage?
Stop.
Yes,
Hang on.
I'm sorry.
Remember, you can't talk over me. If the lawyer stands up and objects, you wait for me to tell you if you can answer or
I
not.
apologize.
Sustained. Ask another question, please.
All right. What was the reason that you went to the Heritage?
I went to the Heritage again because I had a friend now, a lady friend, and she wanted to see me for my birthday.
Who was that?
Her name is Shayna P.
And what room was she staying in?
She was staying in, she didn't have a room. She actually was staying with a friend in room 200 on the 2nd floor.
Who was her friend?
A woman named Miranda. I'm not sure of her last name.
Alright, and how long were you there?
At the Heritage,
Well, how long were you with this friend?
oh, I stayed with her. We sat on the stairwell for like 25 minutes, maybe 25 minutes.
What'd you do then?
Then I got up and went to a room, 119, 219. 219.
And whose room was that?
That was Dominique's room. I'm not sure of his last name.
How do you know Dominique?
He's just a person that at one time I gave him some money to go purchase a room. He asked me, he said he was doing bad, and I gave him some money to purchase a room. I don't really know him in passing, but he talks to Shayna, so that's how I seen him.
That's how you met him through
Yeah,
Shane?
yes, sir.
Alright, and so why did you leave Shayna's room to go to Dominique's room?
I never went to Shayna's room. I was just telling you that Shayna lives with a friend at the motel. The whole time I was talking to Shayna, we was on the side, like in the stairway and on the side.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole time I was speaking to Shayna. I did not go to the room with her.
Alright, and so why'd you go to Dominique's room?
Because I was tired, actually, to tell you the God honest truth. And I was hoping, since I helped him out, he would help me out and let me lay down there, because I was dead on my feet by then. Well,
And what did you do when you got to Dominique's room?
I sat down, and then I want to say I laid down, and he came in and said it was all right to.
Objection to the hearsay.
Sustained.
Okay. I laid down, and then I guess later on I got back. I forgot something, and I got back up to go retrieve it.
Forgot something. Forgot what?
I want to say it was my bottle. I want to say it was a bottle
Where was it?
in the stairwell.
How long was it before you went how long was it before you left the room again?
After that, after I went back, after I got the bottle,
Yes.
I'm not sure, sir.
Alright. So after you go get whatever you forgot on the stairwell, you go back to the room,
Yes, sir.
and then what?
Oh, I go back to the room, and actually they got somebody, a girl in there. Well, actually it's the girl I went in there with, but she's going, oh man, 1,000 miles per hour. I can't get a word in edgewise. I'm not really worried about it, but I'm just tired, so I'm falling asleep on her. But she, she's yapping, and I'm trying to stay woke, hear what you got to say, sleeping at the same time. So
Who was that girl?
she was someone I've seen around, a friend's girlfriend.
What's her name?
I'm not sure. I could just make up a name, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not sure what her name was. That's just his girlfriend that he's around. You see her, speak to her, but
When you say he, who do you mean?
I mean a friend that was there. Tayshawn. I'm not sure of his last name, so I say friend, but I mean just people I met probably there. I call them friends. We call them mostly associates, but I call them friends because I probably talk to them.
Alright. And so how long were you how long did you sleep?
Say a couple of hours.
Where did you go after that?
After that, I want to say I I had got a text.
2 lawyers. 1 man on the stand. The questions cut deeper than the crime itself. Truth and lies collide, and only one version of the night will survive.
Text, and I got a text message picture of my face saying that I was a suspect in a crime, and that a friend sent it to me. He was like, "Hey man, what's going on with this? You know you're a suspect. I just seen you on the news." And
then what did you do?
immediately after I seen that I was a suspect, I contacted the. I should have got some arrests because I was tired, but I contacted the police department and I asked for the head detective who was over the case. I asked, "Hey, is there a head detective over this case?" And I was told that yes. And then I was told he would call me back, and he called me back. And when he called me, I asked could I come in and talk. Am I a suspect? Do I need to come in and talk to him? He said, yes, you can come in. How long do you think it'll take? I told him maybe an hour, maybe 30 minutes to an hour. Told him.
And so, an hour, was that when you went to BPD?
Yes, sir. I had my brother.
You had your brother.
I had my brother come drop me, and he said, "Hey, Romeo, man, listen."
Objection to the hearsay.
Sustained.
I had my brother come get me.
Alright, and at any time the night of September 13th or the early morning of September 14th, did you go to Ronald Barnes' residence?
No, sir.
You've heard testimony that you had been involved in a robbery at his house about a month prior. What is the relation? I mean, what is that incident?
Well, 10 years ago, actually, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. In the name of Jesus, I'm gonna speak the truth to you. 10 years ago, when you heard that on the interview, that's what I used to be like. I wasn't like that after I got out. They have a fella named Terrence Edmondson. They call him Judy Cat. He robbed him and went back and told him that I'm the one that robbed him. He didn't even go in the man's house. He went through the side of the man's window, broke his window out of his, according to what he told me, broke his window out of
Objection
his
to the hearsay, Judge.
Sustained.
Okay. Well, he robbed him, told him it was me, and ever since then.
Objection. The only way he would know that is through hearsay.
Sustained.
So, why would Ronald Barnes testify that he saw you on that evening?
And that's another thing I do not understand. Why he said that he saw me or continuously saw me, but I guess sometimes when somebody tell you something, and I'm not sure Mr. Donald Barnes is kind of mentally stable all the way, I guess, but I guess if somebody tell you something, you would think that person is the one that's doing it. Yeah. But I don't understand how he seen me without a mask or anytime, or why he didn't testify to me having a weapon or anything. I don't understand.
Did you know Ronald and Donald?
I knew him.
How did you know them?
I've been knowing them since I've been younger. Our families are pretty much intertwined. I've been knowing them. Yeah, I've really known his nephews and grew up with them, and his twin nieces, and his other nephew has. But I've been knowing them, and I've knew them since they was children, wasn't really close to.
And so, Ronald Barnes, Donald Barnes, how many years would you say you knew him?
I've been knowing them for over 25 years. The nephews, not actually Ronald and Donald personally. I've just been seeing them, so we do association with the nephews. Well, either way, they family too. We do association of the nephews.
Well, how long have you known and been around or associated with Ronald and Donald?
For about since I've been released, maybe a year. Maybe a year.
When you say released, what do you mean?
I was
Objection
released.
to the release. Well, I would draw that objection.
Go ahead.
When you say released, when do you mean? What do you mean?
I was released from TDC for evading arrest. I had an evading arrest on foot, and I got sentenced to 4 years, and I was released from TDC on that. And I had seen them by trying to go get the nephew. I forgot. I didn't know where the mom stayed, but I had heard that they stayed there, so I went over there to go talk to them. And that's the first time that I've ever kind of really even been at that house. I was looking for the nephew, Mark Barnes. And when they seen me, they was like, "Hey, Romeo, what's up?" In the living room.
And so you had that felony evading arrest, and you had the robbery about 10 years ago. I asked you about other convictions, and you said you had drug convictions over the past 10 years.
Yeah, I had a drug problem around about that time, and I was constantly getting caught with under grammar this or the under grammar that or paraphernalia this, which is misdemeanors, and I was known for just running. I mean, I didn't even have to have anything on me. If I just heard the sirens behind me, I'd take off running. So I was known for evading arrest, and then I wasn't good at it. I got caught almost every time.
So, you said, of course, that you didn't go to the Barnes residence that night. Did you kill Donald Barnes?
No, sir.
Ronald Barnes.
Oh, no, sir, I did not kill Ronald Barnes. I've never harmed any Barnes. I've never been,
Objection, that's a yes or no question.
No, I did not kill Ronald Barnes.
That's for insurance.
Thank you, Mr. Wilkerson. Mr. Coleman?
Thank you, Judge. Good morning, Mr. Johnson.
Good morning.
Just have a few questions for you. I want to start by just asking you some housekeeping questions. You don't dispute that the murder occurred in Jefferson County, Texas at 2225 Ives Street, do you?
From what
Yes or no, sir?
yes, sir.
Yes or no? Do you
You said do I
dispute?
dispute it? No, sir, I do not dispute it.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. You don't dispute that you are, in fact, the Romeo Randolph Johnson who's charged in the indictment in this case. You don't dispute that, do you?
My name is actually Romeo Randolph Rashard Johnson, but I mean, that's what.
Let me ask it one more time. Are you the same person that's charged in this indictment?
Romeo Randolph Rashard Johnson, yes, sir. That's,
And you don't dispute that the murder occurred on September 14th of 2024?
I've been told I don't dispute this.
And you don't dispute that Ronald Barnes died from a gunshot wound from a firearm. You heard the
They said he confessed. He says he didn't. But when the cameras rolled and the jury watched, one detail made everyone question what really happened on September 13th.
in the parking lot of the Amigos food store, do you?
No, sir.
In fact, you look like you were pretty worked up. Who were you angry with that evening or early morning hours?
Okay. A fellow had
Now,
that
question, Mr. Johnson, and I'm gonna
Is it-
give you a
is
little
it-
inside baseball. My questions are gonna be real pointed, narrow
Yes, sir,
questions.
I'm trying to narrow.
Listen, just listen.
Yes,
My question will be real pointed. I'm gonna either ask you yes or no questions,
Yes, sir.
or I'm gonna ask you questions that require just a very specific answer. And in this question, I am asking you simply, who were you angry with?
A fellow that thought that I was talking to his we call it his merchandising code.
Okay, all right, thank you, Mr. Johnson. And you would agree with me that you were pretty animated, pretty worked up? Yes or no?
No, sir.
You weren't?
No, sir.
Okay, if that's your opinion, that's fine. What did you do with the gun that you were handed here at Individual's parking lot?
We gave it back to who the gun belonged to.
Okay.
The owner.
Okay. Did you give it back to?
From the streets of Beaumont to the glare of the courtroom lights, every word, every look could mean freedom or forever. This is the story of State versus Johnson and the truth that refused to die.
I'm not sure, sir. If you look at it,
Okay,
you
you're not
have
sure?
cameras at the angle.
Objection, not responsive.
Just answer the question very specifically.
All right, thank you, Mr. Johnson. I'll move on, sir. When did you give it back to that person?
He went got something for me, brought it back to me.
Objection, non-responsive. When
When
I
it came
ask,
back to
excuse
the
me,
court.
Mr. Johnson, I'm a kid deal. I won't talk over you if you don't talk over me. Okay.
Yes, sir.
When I say when, all I want is a time or a time frame.
Yes, sir.
When did you give him that back?
When we came back to the car.
And what time frame would that be?
Oh, I'm not sure, sir. I couldn't pinpoint you down.
A matter of minutes?
Yes, sir. A matter of probably a minute.
All right. The person that gave you the gun, that you gave the gun back to, what was his name?
Ethan Smith.
So if I call Ethan Smith as a witness, Ethan Smith will essentially give testimony that essentially said the same thing you just said.
Sir, I'm not sure what Ethan would say.
That's a fair point. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Let's talk about Brandon Dodd right now. That was Brandon Dodd in that video from the Amigos store parking lot, driving the blue Chevrolet Malibu. Right?
Yes, sir.
You got in that car with the gun with Brandon Dodd, did you not?
Yes, sir.
And the two of you drove away from the Amigos parking lot, correct? Yes or no, Mr. Johnson?
Yes, we drove away. Not with the weapon, sir, but yes, we drove away.
And you don't dispute that the flock cameras have the ability to pick up the travel of a vehicle based on the license plate. You heard the testimony of Lieutenant Courts or Detective Courts, right?
Yes, sir, I heard the testimony.
And you don't dispute that those flock cameras have that capability of picking up a license plate.
Sir, I'm still not very good about what the flock camera.
It's a yes or no. Either you dispute it or you don't dispute it, Mr. Johnson.
Objection, Your Honor, he's trying to explain his answers. He's allowed to do
That's
that.
what redirect is for, Judge.
Sustained, go ahead. I mean, not sustained to him. Just answer the question that's asked. If there's further explanation, Mr. Wilkerson will get up and be able to ask you about that.
All right, we ask you again. You heard the testimony of the Detective Courts about how that real-time crime scene works and the camera system, license plate readers, how they feed into the real-time crime center. You don't dispute that the flock cameras have that ability, do you?
Objection, personal knowledge.
No.
He would only know
He
that.
can, if he doesn't know, he can say he doesn't know.
I would say if that was his expertise, yes, sir. I would know what he said.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Now, we talked about what you did with the gun. Let's talk about what you did with the clothes that you were wearing. It appeared to me in both the Amigos video and the Heritage Inn video, you had a white top, black shorts, and tennis shoes on. But when you interviewed with Detective Wilson, Detective Carmouche, it appeared that you'd taken those clothes off. What did you do with those clothes?
Sir, I put them in the bag, sir.
Okay, and what did you do with the bag?
Sir, the bag was still in 219.
And if Detective Carmouche, if I recall him as a witness and asked him, did you go to 219 and look for the bag and you couldn't find it, And if he says it was not there, would you dispute that testimony?
Objection, Your Honor, speculation.
Overruled.
Would you dispute that testimony?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Because it doesn't show me on the camera coming out.
Well, we're not talking about the camera. I
Yes,
just
sir.
want to know if you left the bag
Yes, sir.
with
Yes,
the
sir.
clothes in
Yes, sir.
219,
Yes,
and
sir.
if the detective shows up to 219 and didn't see
Yes,
it,
sir.
if you
Yes,
have
sir.
a problem
I
with that.
understand.
All right. Okay. So you understand that if the jury believed the flock camera, there was about a 20-minute gap between when one flock camera picked up that Malibu and when another flock camera picked up the Malibu. You understand that?
That's what the flock camera is.
Yes. Listen. Just one, Mr. Johnson, give me
I
an
don't
answer.
understand.
Mr. Johnson, we're talking over each other.
I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna interrupt you if you don't.
I'm sorry. I'm a bit.
Just once, Mr. Johnson, at least with regard to research. Yes or no? If one flock camera picked up that Malibu at 2:21 a.m. and another flock camera picked it up at 2:42 a.m., yes or no, would you agree with me that that's about a 20-minute gap?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is it possible during that 20-minute gap that someone could drive from the Magnolia area, northbound Magnolia, to the area of Ives?
Objection, speculation.
Either overruled. If he knows, it's yes, no, or I don't know. So,
Magnolia.
Yeah.
Could you say it again? I'm sorry.
And I'm happy to do it. You know what? And I probably should lay a foundational question. When you said that you I believe the testimony was you're familiar with the area, you
Yes,
live
sir.
in that area, you know the Magnolia Drive, you know that area around Primrose and Ives, and based on your personal knowledge, is it fair to say that someone with 20 minutes of time who is on northbound Magnolia could make their way to Ives Street if that's what they chose to do?
I believe so, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. And wouldn't you agree with me that on the video, you told the detectives that you and Mr. Dodd, quote, passed by Ives?
Yes, sir. It was.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Wouldn't you agree with me that whether or not it was at Primrose or whether or not it was near Ives, you told them, yeah, we got out? Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, sir.
Now, whether or not you today, as you sit here in this courtroom in front of the jury, you say it was a blunder, you did that day tell them that you, quote, jumped out. Isn't that what you said?
Yes, sir. I said we jumped out.
Thanks for correcting me. You did. You're right. It's right here in my notes. You said we jumped out. Now, you weren't exactly completely truthful during that interview with the detective, were you?
Sir, I was 100% truthful.
100%?
Sir, I mean.
Let me ask you another question then. Were you 100% truthful when you said the car was gray or silver that Brandon Dodd was driving,
No.
and that it was an SUV?
Now, one thing about that.
No. That's a yes or no. Let's get back to the yes or no.
Sir, I
Mr.
didn't.
Johnson? Let's get back. I'm going to object, and you know what the judge is ruling with it.
I'm not trying to talk over you, sir. Go ahead. Would you ask again?
Were you 100% truthful when you told the detectives that Brandon Dodd's car was gray or silver?
I didn't know. I should have told him that. So I'm no, sir.
Here's
I'm
the
being
deal.
100% truthful.
Here's the deal. Let's come at it a different way. Having watched the video
Yes, sir.
and saw the car today, as you sit there, what color was the car that Brandon Dodd drove up in?
It was blue.
And was it an SUV or was it a car?
I asked the difference.
Color of the car was blue.
The car
Let's go
was
with that.
blue, yes.
Let's go with that, Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson. And as you sit here today, when you told the detectives that that car was silver or gray, was that true or not true?
Oh, it's not true.
Was that a truth or was that a lie?
That was false.
Thank you,
The car was
Mr.
gray.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. And as you sit here today, having watched that Amigos video of you receiving that firearm, the less than close to an hour or two before the actual murder, when you told detectives that the last time you had a firearm or possessed a firearm was 4 or 5 years ago, as you sit here today, was that true or not true?
That was true, sir.
How can the last time you possessed a firearm, if it was on the video, having been that same morning of the interview, that same morning, that same day, how can you reconcile that with saying, the last time I possessed a firearm was 4 or 5 days ago?
The firearm wasn't mine, so it was not mine to
That's not the
possess.
question that I asked, Mr. Johnson. I'll repeat the question. I'll ask it this way. The last time you handled a firearm was early morning hours of September the 14th of 2024. True or not true?
That I held one? Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Mr. Johnson. So this business about the car was a lie. This business about the last time you handled or possessed a firearm was a lie, right?
No, sir. I don't. Could you? I'm
All
sorry.
right,
I'm
the
sorry.
jury, I'm
Objection,
going to move
Your
on.
Honor.
Move on.
I'm going to move on.
Move on.
Because the jury will make that determination. But if the jury determines that you lied in the interview about the gun in the car, that would make you a liar, would it not?
Objection to the sidebar and objection to the repeated question. The witness has explained.
Sustain. Move on.
Yes, ma'am. We talked, and your attorney did a good job of getting out in front of your criminal history. But he neglected to mention that you currently are under indictment for an aggravated robbery. Isn't
Yes,
that
sir.
true? And the indictment in that case, in that aggravated robbery, alleges that on or about September 7th of 2024, about 7 days before the offense in this case, that in Jefferson County, Texas, you did, in the course of committing theft with the intent to obtain or maintain control over property, threaten or place Darrell Cooper in fear of imminent bodily injury or death, and that you did then and there use or exhibit a deadly weapon, to wit, a firearm. You understand that's what the indictment in that case alleges, correct?
Objection, Your Honor. There's no evidence. He hasn't been convicted of that offense.
It's not what the,
There's no evidence to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt simply by an
He's just asking if he understands what he's been charged with. Overruled.
I understand that's what the indictment says.
Yes, sir. So, you're no longer addicted to drugs, right? No longer are no longer on crack, as you put it, real bad, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When did you stop working for the IRS?
Did I stop working for who?
The IRS, the Internal Revenue Service. When did you stop working for them?
Could you be more
So
specific?
you said you were a tax collector. You told the detectives you were a tax collector.
Well, sir, that was 10 years ago, but I will tell you about that.
So well, you understand that tax collectors work for the IRS.
I do
right?
understand that.
All right. So what type of a tax collector were you if you didn't work for the IRS?
Objection to the characterization, Your Honor. And also, there's a tax assessor and collector in this courthouse.
That's what
So
we-
just in terms of,
Overruled.
That's what we direct us for. So you understand that tax collectors
Yes,
work
when
for
I said tax collector,
there's no question in front of you.
Well,
And if there is a question,
Hold
in front of
on. Just ask a question.
you, yes, ma'am. You understand that tax collectors work for the IRS? Yes, or no?
I understand tax collectors work.
So what kind of tax collection were you doing?
It was more of a, it really wasn't a tax collector at all.
Yeah, it wasn't, was it? What you told the detectives was you used to be somebody that would put something on someone. Isn't that what you told them?
I said that.
Yeah. And what was put on?
Well, the thing about me is, I've never been one to carry a weapon ever, but it's 10 of us in our house, and this all we ever had. This all we ever used.
And for the record, he's raising a clenched fist.
I'm showing my fist, yes sir. And back then, it wasn't towards the elderly kids or cripples. We had a code. But if you was back then with somebody playing like he was bad, you know, young around our age playing like he was bad, we was coming to show you that there was somebody bad. That's what I mean by tax collector. We wasn't taking anything. That's why I've never been charged with robbery, because they had people that was working who thought they was bad. That's why I've never been charged with any weapon case or anything. We didn't use weapons. I've never used a weapon to harm anyone. All I had was these, and I don't think I have used these to put anybody in the hospital. It's a fair one. And half the people that I did that to back then, we're some of the closest friends now.
They weren't paying taxes because they were older. That's what you told the detectives, right?
They wouldn't, so I said, as I just informed y'all, it's a code. We don't do anything to older people, kids, or cripples. We don't, it's still street, it's an unspoken code. Them people, you do not, it's respect for them that you gotta have some type of morals.
On that, you and I agree, Mr. Johnson, you gotta have some type of morals. What'd you do with those taxes? Well, let me back up. Paying taxes, to me, that would imply that someone gives you something or you take something. Wouldn't you agree with me?
I would agree.
And when you say that they pay taxes, in what form did they pay it? Was it in money or was it in drugs?
Neither. When I said paying taxes and I said we put these on, that's what I mean. We're not take anything from you, but we tax you with these. I'm sorry that that was received like that. But when I mean by taxing somebody, we tax you with these hands. You know what I mean? So I was somebody I go get it. I was taxing. I was a tax collector. I go tax you with these hands, and that's what it is. Stay in your place. You're not better than me. I'm better than you. Type of macho thing. 10 years ago, my mind has been transformed.
Did you tax Ronald Barnes on September the 14th of 2020?
No, sir.
You agree with me. I'm showing you what was previously marked as State's Exhibit number 39. You would agree with me that the person, well, let me ask it this way. What should happen to the person that did this to Ronald Barnes?
There should be justice for Ronald Barnes and his family.
And whoever did this should be held accountable,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And I'll ask one last question. Regardless of the lifestyle that Ronald Barnes lived, did he deserve this?
Doesn't matter what lifestyle you live or.
Yes or no?
No, sir.
Thank you. I'll pass it.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. Anything else, Mr. Wilkerson?
Just a few, Judge. Mr. Johnson, prior to taking the stand today, you were aware that by doing so, your criminal history would come in.
Yes, sir.
And you were aware that by doing so, these other allegations against you would come in.
Yes, sir.
And you were aware by doing so, you opened yourself up to having your statement that you made to the detectives compared to what you were testifying here to in court. Correct?
Sir, could I answer that in two ways or just you want to yes or no?
Well, were you aware of that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, just for clarification, you deny that you were involved in aggravated robbery. Is that accurate?
Yes, sir, I deny.
You pled not guilty.
I plead not guilty. Yes, sir.
And no evidence of those allegations has been presented here to this court.
No, sir. There was no, in the case of what I was indicted, there was no weapon involved of the man. It was just the man saying somebody took his wallet from him. And when they questioned me about it, the young fella, if I knew his name, with all my heart, I would tell him who it was. The young fella that took the man's wallet, I did not even know his name. He took off with it. I've never harmed the man. There was no weapon involved. And when on the 911 call, they asked him, "Sir, was it a weapon? Do you need EMTs?" He said no. Was it a weapon involved? "Sir, was it a weapon involved?" They asked him 3 times, and he repeatedly said no. There was no weapon involved.
So knowing all of this would be piled up against you and piled on top of you, and you would be essentially painted as a bad person who was dishonest, who committed criminal offense after criminal offense. Why then did you demand to take the stand and testify here today?
Well, the thing is, I've been praying this whole trial and just asking God to open y'all heart. I put my life in y'all hands, and so in order for me to do that, I don't want to sit over there and let Mr. Wilkerson, who's an awesome attorney, show that I am innocent. I wanted to come up here and tell y'all myself about what happened. I don't want to admit the truth. I want to apologize to y'all first. you wouldn't even be here if I wouldn't have blundered on the interview, but I was sleep deprived, and I wanted to say, I wanted to tell y'all, I wanted to let you know, I wanted to speak to you. I didn't want you to hear from anybody else. I wanted to tell you the truth as it was, as I told the detectives. And I'm glad that my brother I didn't listen to my brother, because if I would have listened to him, they would have blamed me for kicking in his house the next day after his brother died. Because his house got kicked in right after his brother died, and I was incarcerated then, and Lord knows they would have told me that it was me, since it seemed like every time something happened, it's me.
You said the house was kicked in. Are you referring back to Donald Barnes' testimony about the house being, burgled because he wasn't there?
Yes, sir.
And a lot has been made about this changing clothes. You're seen on camera when you get to the Heritage Inn, right?
Yes, sir.
And there's no blood on your clothes at that time.
No, sir.
And you're seen on camera leaving the room with those same clothes still on. Blood on your clothes at that time.
No, sir.
And so changing clothes that didn't have anything to do with trying to hide evidence or anything of that nature.
No, sir. I left the clothes in the room as the camera could show, since they're watching everything else on the flops. And I'm sorry. I left the clothes in the room, and I came out. Me and my brother came out. And guess who came out with me? My brother was waiting on me. I came out the room, and the clothes were still in the room. How they did not find the clothes, I do not understand. If they even looked for the clothes, it was black shorts and a white shirt.
And obviously there's surveillance video of that location as evidenced by the fact that you appear on it, right?
Yes, sir.
And so if you had gone to destroy the clothes at some point, or burn them, or put them in a dumpster, that would be seen on that surveillance.
Yes, sir.
And so if somebody left that room with a bag of any kind with those clothes on their person, then that would also.
Mr. Johnson, if you please rise. We, the jury, find the defendant, Romeo Randolph Johnson, not guilty. Have a seat, sir. So, Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson, you've been acquitted of the charge as alleged in the indictment by a verdict returned in open court by the jury. From this, Mr. Johnson, I need you to pay attention to me for just a second, please. Okay? Have a seat. Have a seat. All right. So there's still another case pending, and so we'll get that set for trial as quickly as possible. You are still incarcerated under that case, and so you'll be able to go back with the bailiff now, and then I will give you your instructions in just a few minutes, all right? All right, you can take him back, please. And so, ladies and gentlemen, while they're doing that, what this means is that the case is over, obviously. I'm going to have everybody leave the courtroom, and then I'm going to come down and visit with y'all for a little bit and give everybody's time to clear out. You can answer questions and things like that. So just stay put, and I'll go through those instructions with you and relieving you of your instructions and things like that. All right, Mr. Johnson, you need to go with the bailiff. Mr. Johnson, go with the bailiff. Thank you.
Listen.